More than any other dungeon in this game, Faron Temple feels to me as though it fully embraces exploration as an important theme, and this is evident right away. If you follow this mysterious moving plant through the front door, you'll be greeted only by an impassable shut gate. In the first room, the dungeon is telling you, go explore, look around, and figure it out yourself, because you can't just follow the main path through here, and I mean that in the best way. That said, they tease you with the boss key right away here, giving you a pretty solid objective, before putting the gate between you and that big, enticing treasure chest. So what this means is that you have a solid idea of where you need to go, but figuring out how to actually get there is left up to you. I love that. Furthermore, this feels to me like where they've finally hit the mark on a dungeon that is mostly open and non-linear without feeling cheesable. Where Jabul fell short, this dungeon manages to let you run wild and cover a lot of ground, while also adding in a few deliberately placed locked doors and keys to find, which makes that exploration actually meaningful. I think this is the biggest dungeon in the game, spanning 4 floors, containing lots of side-scrolling passageways and a fair-sized exterior area in addition to its own interior footprint. It's a big dungeon. After Elden especially, which felt too short, this is definitely a step in the right direction. Despite that heavy exploration focus, the dungeon isn't lacking in good individual puzzles, including a number of them that make use of these scales, a mechanic we've seen a number of times in the series, some use of reverse bond to fight through water currents, and perhaps most notably, these puzzles in which 2 switches must be pressed down simultaneously. I've heard of a number of ways to get this done, though I've always defaulted to using Armos and good old timing. But that's the sort of puzzle that this game excels with, where there's some room to play around with it and figure out different ways to do it. And it especially gets good when they start combining these puzzle mechanics, placing Armos on top of those scales, or even underwater. There are also these green electric switches, with whatever given room usually containing a handful that need to all be activated within quick succession. As a puzzle mechanic itself, it isn't that groundbreaking, but they do find some neat ways to use it, including putting it in a room full of moving platforms. Neat stuff. And the dungeon gives you several different echoes that you can use in conjunction with these.